One thing most people get wrong about frugal living is they rush around and don't take time to shop with a list. Stick around for my top 7 things that frugal people do. Welcome, I'm Amy, and here at Frugal Over 50, I give you tips and tools for frugal living. Let's talk about these top 7 things that frugal people do. Number 1, if you are a frugal person, you budget. Frugal people live their lives with a plan. Frugal people think of frugal living as just part of life. And a big part of life is your finances, and a big part of your finances is your budget. A budget helps you to plan what you're going to spend when you're going to spend it. It helps you to track what you have spent and revise your plan as needed. More importantly than those things, a budget helps you set your priorities, not just for your finances, but for your entire life. A budget helps you to envision the life that you want. When I went from living not frugally to frugally, the biggest change that I made was going from living without a budget to living with a budget. And I specifically use You Need a Budget. You can find my link for 34 days free for You Need a Budget if you are struggling with budgeting and you would like to budget. We have had many discussions about budgeting here on the platform, and I am curious right now, those of you who are watching, tell me down below in the comments, what are you doing right now to budget successfully? It could be You Need a Budget. I know a lot of you love it, but a lot of you swear by a different budget plan, and it is so important to you that you do not want to be without it. Tell us about it below in the comments because there are so many ways that you can budget. The important thing is that you do budget. Number 2, frugal people save money. Now this is a complicated thing to say. It's 2 words, save money. But what is encompassed in saving money? First is, how are your savings automated right from the get-go? Do you have savings automated through your work, through a retirement plan of some kind, through healthcare that is paid for in some way? We have people watching from all over the world, and everybody's tax systems and healthcare systems and saving for retirement systems are different. Every country is slightly different. But if you have a job, you probably have some of these things taken care of automatically through your employer or through laws that are just sort of built into your state or your country. So look at the things that are already being done behind the scenes, even before you think about it, to automate your savings. And that's important. And be aware of them and pat yourself on the back for being part of the adult human race and having these savings. The other thing that frugal people really try to do is automate savings on their own. That is to say, plan for saving for retirement such that it is automated and you don't have to think about it every month or every paycheck. It just goes straight from your paycheck to your retirement account, for instance, or it goes straight from your paycheck into another savings account. The other thing that frugal people do is save little by little as they go throughout their days. Frugal people save money by looking for deals before they go shopping, by shopping with a list, by planning everything that they're going to have in their home, in their car, and in their life, so that there's nothing extra just hanging around, and so that everything they have has a purpose. When everything you have has a purpose, then you are living frugally, and guess what? You're saving money. Number 3, frugal people prepare wisely. Particularly over the last year and a bit, people have been talking about something called prepping, which is preparing for emergencies. And frugal people do prepare, but we prepare wisely. We don't just randomly stock up on things out of panic, and we don't bust our budgets in order to stock up on things. We look carefully at what do we need to prepare. Everybody's life circumstance is different. Everybody's needs are different. And we think about, what food do I need in my pantry for now, for 2 weeks from now, for a few months from now? What medications do I need to have on hand in case I can't get to the pharmacy in a while? What household items would I benefit from having a few extra of? And frugal people sometimes become people who over time, accumulate a significant pantry that could carry them out to, say, a year, if that is a priority. Other frugal people prepare by saving as much money as they can and by diminishing their number of possessions down to what they can fit in a car or even a backpack so that they are mobile and they can move at any time. Think about the preparation that you want to do for your life, not just for emergencies, but for everyday life and for your life dreams. And prepare wisely. Be frugal by thinking about your priorities, by thinking about your needs, by thinking about your dreams and preparing for those. And tell me down below in the comments, what are you preparing for right now? Number 4, frugal people look for good deals. If you've ever talked to somebody who is really rocking their frugal living journey, you know that they love a good deal. And you can always find a frugal friend if you start talking about good deals and everybody starts talking about the best deal that I ever got. One of my favorite good deal stories comes from my eye doctor, of all people. I went to see him because I had to have a follow-up test because it looked like I might have a problem with my eyes that was going to be fixable but expensive to fix. And when I went for the follow-up, he said, no, you don't need to have this expensive fix. It's fine. And then he said to me, I just saved you $300. Isn't that a great deal? I found myself a frugal friend in my eye doctor. He was concerned about my eye health, of course, but he was also happy to point out that he had just saved me hundreds of dollars, and I was happy to hear that news, I can tell you that. Frugal people love to think about good deals. One of my favorite ways to get good deals that I talk to you about all the time is through an app that I use called Fetch. Anytime that I shop with a list and get the best deal that I can at the store, I then come home and I scan my receipt into the Fetch app, and then I collect points, which I can convert directly into cash that I can spend next shopping trip, saving me even more money. If you'd like to try Fetch, use my link down below and you can get $2 free just for signing up today. I hope that you'll give it a shot because it's lots of fun. If you have a special cashback app that you use, tell us down below in the comments. There are lots of them. There are so many ways to get good deals. What's your favorite way to get a good deal? Speaking of good deals, I hope you're getting value out of this video, and if you are, would you give it a like? Consider subscribing and hit that notification bell. And if you'd like to contribute to the growth of the channel, click the link below for Buy Me a Coffee and help us grow. Thank you so much. Let's get back to these tips. Number 5, frugal people love to shop with a list. If you ever raised children, and I know a lot of us did, you know that if you go to the store with your children, they're going to grab the sugary cereal at the bottom of the shelf and you're going to say, it's not on the list. And they're going to say, oh no. And this is a conversation that does not just happen between parents and children. It's a conversation that happens in our own heads. If you go to the store without a list, you're going to have a conversation with yourself about all the pretty shiny things that you want to buy. And you're going to have a really hard time not buying them. If you go with a list, you're still going to have that conversation, at least if your brain is like mine. I still want all the fancy stuff at the store, but I can at least point to the list and say, no, it's not on the list, so we can't get it. And then I'm frugal. And you know what? I'm ultimately so much happier because I'm not giving into impulse buying, and I feel like I've flexed my frugal muscles. I've gotten what I needed. I've saved a little money. Shopping with a list, it's a miracle. Give it a try. Tip number 6 is an absolutely beautiful tip that I learned from you lovely folks. I talked to you a lot about eating out and how bad eating out can be for your budget. And several of you pointed out to me that you eat out intentionally several times a month. And you have very specific and wonderful reasons for doing that. Some of you have friends who own restaurants or coffee shops or other local businesses that sell food and drinks. And you like to save up money so that you can go and support your friends in their business. Others of you do this even if they are not your friends because they're local businesses and you want to support them. And you actually plan into your budget money for eating out so that it means something in your local community. You get wonderful food, you get flavorful drinks, you get a lovely night out, and you get to support businesses that you want to support. This is a beautiful perspective to have on eating out. And so I want to encourage you, if you are frugal and you're thinking, well, I can never eat at restaurants, that may be true. It may be true in the particular season of frugal living that you're in right now. But it's also possible that you could set aside money in your budget for going to your favorite places a few times a month, or even just once a month, or even once a quarter, and supporting local businesses, supporting even national or international businesses that you want to support. And so frugal people do eat out, but they do it intentionally. Number 7, last but not least, frugal people use it up. What is it? It is everything. Frugal people use it up. If you have a little tiny bit in a tube, you squeeze it out and then you cut the top off that tube and you scrape out the inside. If you're frugal, that might be something you do. If you're frugal, you might have a little bit left in that bottle and you add some water to it. You use it till you can't get any more out. I have even heard of people taking hacksaws to their bottles of lotion. You know, when you can't turn it over and shake it upside down anymore, but you can still see that last inch in there, and they'll take a hacksaw to it so that they can get that last inch out. Frugal people are always looking for ways to use up what they have. It becomes one of the most fun games, and I bet you have something in your house right now that you're thinking about using up. I'll tell you what I'm getting ready to use up. I have a primer that I use for my face, and I go through it pretty quickly because I wear it every day. But when I get to where I can't squeeze out the tube anymore, I cut off the bottom of it and I start digging it out, and I keep it in a little Ziploc baggie, which I also use up. I don't throw it away. I keep it in the bottom of my makeup bag. I take the opened bottle of primer, I put it into the Ziploc baggie, I put that into my makeup case, and every day I go and get more, and I keep cutting down and cutting down and cutting down on that tube till I get to the very bottom and I can get no more primer. And I can get another week or sometimes another 2 weeks worth of product out by doing that. It's a silly little thing, it seems, but it's about a mindset, and the mindset is use it up. You've worked hard for your money. Keep it. Don't spend it willy-nilly. Be frugal. Wherever you are on your frugal living journey, take the next step, whatever that next step is for you, and know that you are not alone. I am so proud of you. Live frugally, change your life, and together we will change the world. I can't wait to see you again soon. Bye-bye.